My name is Ho Sing Mi. My matric number is A21A2497. I will present for introduction. The definition of Hawala is informal method of transferring money without any money physically moving from one place to other. Key rules of Hawala. The first is don't have physical movement of cash. They keep an informal journal to record all their transactions and they settle their debt in different ways such as cash, property, and services. It is where the use of connection, often familiar ones, and a system of honors and trust come into between them. Hawaladas who don't keep their end of the debt will be taken as one who has lost their honors and will be excommunicated from the region. Process of transferring debt from the mukhya, which is first borrower, to the muhalai, which is second borrower through a contract or words. Legal basis for hawala will guide by the Al-Quran, Hadith, Ijma of the ulama, law is Sunnah. Scheme of hawala. Here are two schemes. The first is al-muqayyada, which is transfer responsibility for paying debt from the first party to the second party. The second scheme is al-mulaka, which is transfer debt indirectly as a substitute for paying off the first party debt to the second party. Pillar of hawala include muhir, muha, muhalai, and debt that is contracted. The term of financing is the funds that are transferred using the Hawala system, which not actual movement of funds from one account to other account happens, no paper trail is created, and no promissory notes exist.
My name is Kang Hui Ling, A21, A2483. I will be presenting the distinctive feature of Halawa. Cost. The additional cost imposed by Halawadas to customer is less than the bank sector. For major bank sector, the additional price for transfer is between 2 to 5%. Language. There is no language barriers happen in Halawa transaction. Halawa transaction had advantage people who are limited education, migrants, and the elderly. This is because to complete international transaction in bank sector, people would need to deal with the banker that mostly speak English. Adaptability to various situations. Halawa transaction can be adapted to various situations such as war, civil unrest, a weak banking system, a country that faces economic difficulties. Speed. The transfer between countries takes less than 24 hours, mostly use 6 to 12 hours to complete a transaction. Anonymity. Halawa transaction are anonymous since no official records are kept and the sources of money transmitted cannot be traced. Next, I'm representing the advantage and disadvantage of Halawa transaction. The advantage of Halawa. First, transfer money in fast speed and low cost. Halawa transaction only needed less than 24 hours to complete an international transaction. Second, transfer without opening a bank account abroad. This has benefit those who are not familiar with local language and those who have no time to visit bank to create a new account. Third, high level of reliability, efficiency, and quality. If a trustworthy halawada is found, an international transaction can be complete in less than 24 hours. The disadvantage of halawa transaction. First, halawa is not legal in some countries. Its lack of regulation allows it to be used to transport cash. Second, halawa has causes uncounted money in the economy. A halawa transaction is an informal transaction that is not documented or listed by halawadas in the same way as the bank transaction. Third, halawa causes illegal activity of certain group to make it easy to happen, due to the fact that halawa transactions do not include many sectors and there is no record of the transaction.
A very good morning. I'm Sindhu here and my metric number is 8218377. So today I would like to explain the comparison of conventional and Islamic product, unique features and current issues that frequently debated. Hawala is an informal money transfer system that operates outside of traditional banking channels. Comparison of conventional and Islamic product. Conventional bank. Centralized system-wise, conventional banks operate through a centralized system where transactions are recorded and regulated by the bank itself. Interest-based transactions-wise, conventional banks often engage in interest-based transactions such as charging interest on loans and paying interest on deposits. Secondly, Islamic bank. Principles of Sharia-wise, Islamic banks operate based on the principles of Sharia. Prohibition of interest-wise, Islamic banks avoid interest-based transactions as they are considered exploitative and prohibited in Islamic finance. In the context of Hawala, both conventional and Islamic banks may have limited involvement as it is an informal system. However, Islamic banks may provide alternative mechanisms that align with Sharia principles for money transfers such as concept of wadiah or takaful, Islamic insurance. Followed by the features of Hawala. Hawala is an informal means of transmitting money or value prevalent in the Middle East, North Africa, South Asia, and other parts of the world. Informal and unregulated wise, Hawala operates outside of the traditional banking regulations and it's not governed by a centralized institution or body. Speed-wise, Hawala transactions are typically completed quickly and low cost because Hawala frequently entails few or no fees. It is an appealing choice for people who want to avoid the higher cost. Hawala classifications. Traditional Hawala. This is the most fundamental type of Hawala in which funds are transferred through a network of trustworthy Hawaladars. Commercial Hawala involves businesses or traders using the system to settle transactions. While Islamic Hawala is governed by Islamic law Sharia, it ensures adherence to Islamic financial standards. And finally, electronic Hawala, as technology has advanced, electronic Hawala networks have evolved. Thank you. Followed by the current issues that is frequently debated. Hawala, a legitimate remittance system, faces criticism for its potential of facilitating illicit activities like money laundering and terrorist financing. Critics argue that anonymity and lack of documentation can enable illicit funds movement without proper oversight, posing risks to global financial systems and combating money laundering and terrorism financing. Secondly, Hawala, a traditional value transfer system, has been criticized for its historical and cultural significance, but also for its potential misuse due to its informal nature and lack of strict regulations. Critics argue that the lack of transparency and traceability in Hawala transactions makes it difficult for authorities to detect and prevent illicit financial flows. Thank you.
Hi, good day, madam. My name is KANDASAMY and my match number is 8218367. Today, I want to present about the illustration of Hawala. First, we start from the sender, the one who wants to transfer or send money to their overseas relative or friends. So, he need to find Hawaladar, which is another name is Hawala broker. Act as a middleman and transaction facilitator. They have to communicate with the Hawaladar, gets touch with another reliable Hawaladar who lives close with the receiver. For example, Ahmad wants to send or transfer money to his reliable relatives to another place, so the Ahmad should communicate with the Hawaladar in his place, and the Hawaladar in his place should communicate with the Hawaladar near the relative's place. So the receiver, after the first Hawaladar give instruction for the transaction to near Hawaladar, the receiver will receive the money from the Hawaladar from near his place. Settlement with two Hawaladar can be by balance the transaction to pay their accounts later. This can accomplish by offsetting the transaction with alternative value exchange medium such as trade of commodities or services. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Divya Bharati, daughter of SELVAN, and my matric number is 821B3475. Today I'm going to present conclusion. For overall, Hawala can be translated as either transfer or transformation. The debt that already existed between the creditor and the principal debtor is cancelled out the Hawala. It also cancelled out the debt that existed between the principal debtor and the transferee. However, Hawala creates a new debt that exists between the creditor and the transferee. The Hawala system forgives three debts while creating a new one, although it is not technically a sale. Hawala is analogies of the process of selling debt. The creditor, the major debtor, and the transferee are the three participants in the Hawala contract that hold the most importance. Hawala is used in many different ways in the modern world, including the issues of the checks and exchange, bills of exchange. The most important prominent of the Hawala system is the remittance, which is the practices of immigrant workers sending money back to their families or relatives who live in their home country. As a result, some innovations on the Hawala principle as well as the commentary application in the banking industry. For the purpose in the investigation, Malaysia has been chosen because it's highly developed and regulatory Islamic financial market. These topics are investigated in the terms of the commentary to Sharia and their applications and their significance, because it is used for the formal and informal system for the transfer of cash. The applications of Hawala as well as a method also transfer of money, it will be given a lot of attention in this discussion.